Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. And in today's video we're taking a look at this tool haul from Laser Tools. For those that do not know who Laser Tools are, they are a brand name of the Tool Connection Limited, which is a UK manufacturer and distributor of tools primarily aimed at the automotive sector. As well as the Laser Tool brand, they also have the Camisar, Gunson, PowerTech, Connect Workshop Consumables and Eldon Tool brands as well. Eldon Tool is a manufacturer in Sheffield, so some of these tools are made in Sheffield and some of them look to be rebrands of other items. I don't know which is which. Of all the tools that you see in front of you here, none of these have any labelling to say where they are manufactured, either on the packaging or on the tools themselves, so I just don't know what the ratio is of the tools they make themselves against the ones that they import. So these items have actually all been purchased over around about 12 to 14 months. I haven't bought them all at the same time. They've been bought for some of my loadouts and some of them are just going into my garage for jobs that I've got up and coming with those. I will give you the recommended retail price from Laser Tools for these. However, you can't buy from Laser Tools direct in the UK. You have to purchase from third-party stores, and they always seem to be offering much better prices than the recommended retail prices from Laser. I don't know if that's some marketing ploy, but it just seems to be what it is. In the UK, the Tool Academy, Toolbee are two online distributors for Laser Tools, and also you can get high street stores such as Machine Mart, Halfords, local garages tend to have Laser Tools as well. I don't know if Laser Tools have presence in any other countries. So I'll put the pile to one side and we'll look at the tools individually. So the first tool we have here is this extendable wheel wrench. Part number on this is 8397. This recommended retail on this is £44.81. Obviously aimed at automotive use. You have the telescopic part there, so you can then get extra leverage to undo your wheel nuts after somebody's cranked them up with one of those impact wrenches. Quite nice quality on this. The small extension bar does fit into the bracket here to lock it in place, and the socket here is a flip socket which is 17 and 19 mil standard half-inch drive, so you can put half-inch sockets on there if you want. And then in the handle here you have another socket which is 21mm and 23mm. And the handle here is pretty chunky, soft texturized on the blue here, and then the black is hard plastic, obviously with the Laser name etched onto the black part there. So that's that one there. The next item here, this is part number 7655 and is a ratchet extension. So with this, what you would do is you can either drive this 1/4 inch socket on there or 3/8 drive socket on this end, and you can drive it from this other part. So you turn this and it spins over at the other end. It's meant for working in car engine bays when you want to put the ratchet outside of the engine bay, typically when you're working on cam belts and awkward access nuts like that. So you can take these adapters, come out at both ends. You've got a 1/4 drive, 3/8 there, or you can put the 3/8 ratchet straight in there if you want to, and you can take this one out this end as well. He says let's come out. So that's this one here, perhaps not quite the same quality as the telescopic wheel wrench. This is a little bit kind of tinny, but we'll have to see how we get on with that. Price on this one, on the 7655, is quite a shocking £112.66, which, say, you'll get this much cheaper than that from one of the suppliers, but I wouldn't want to pay £112 for this. Just don't think it's worth that much. But that's that one there. And then our final one, this typifies the Laser Tools of old. This is a track rod adjusting wrench, £29.11 on the Laser site, and you can see here it's kind of agricultural in its engineering. It's a bit more function over form, really, isn't it? It will work, but it's really not that pretty. The handle on here is hard plastic. You can see all the moulding flashings on it. It's quite sharp in places. You don't really get any grip on this whatsoever. And then you've got the handle just bolted to the head on this. But we'll have to see how we get on with that. It's for a rough job doing track rod ends, so it's going to get beat up quite soon, I would imagine. So that's those three items there. We'll move on to the next batch. So we'll look at these 3/8 drives ratchet next. I bought these, I did buy this one for a loadout. I don't really like it, so it's been swapped out for another one. And then these are the two I just bought to have a look at and to compare to the Beta Rotator Ratchet. This one here is an extendable one, 72 teeth, and you do have a rotation head like the Cyclops from Vera. The head in here is changed direction with this collar, so you can change the ratchet, and then you have the button here to release the socket to put in the ball detent there. The extension is a little bit on the ropey side, not overly nice at all, and that's what I don't really like about it. So it might loosen up. You see a fair bit of wear mark on here occurring already. It might well loosen up over time, I don't know, but at this moment in time I've decided not to use that. Part number on this is 6719, and that retails for £63, recommended retail price from Laser. This one here is a little bit nicer, a bit better quality. I do find the handle a little bit small on this, but it's not too bad. Again, it's 72 tooth ratchet, but the rotator head on this is a locking one. Direction of rotation is changed with the collar again here, and you do again have the ball detent, the button press for the ball detent to release the socket, and then you have this little lever here to lock the head, so it's locked now, and then you push it forward to unlock it. But you can lock it in different positions. Other than Cyclops, you just have the 3 positions really. You can lock this. Hear it clicking around, and then actually lock it. So you've got a few more positions to lock this in than you have with the Vera version. This one is 6957 part number, and this is £66.65 recommended retail price. And then we move on to this 3/8 ratchet here. This is only a 48 teeth mechanism, but this is equivalent to Beta's rotator ratchet. So with the handle here, if you pull this out, you can do ratcheting with it that way, as well as the standard sort of ratchet in motion as well. But what you see with this is the head is very, very large on this, much bigger than the Beta version. It has a kind of standard size head. Direction rotation on this is changed by push through, so you push the head through and that changes your direction. You have to flip the ratchet over, and then you lose the arrows then that show you the direction of rotation on it. So it's okay-ish. It typifies a Laser brand, really, just kind of okay semi-functional tools, but not the best out there. There are probably better options. Part number is 7377, and this one is £74.93 recommended retail price. So these 3/8 ratchets are pretty pricey in comparison to others on the market. I'm not sure they're overly good value for money. This one here would probably be the best one out of the 3 for me. So moving on to these 3 little fellows. These are 3/8 drive Palm Ratchet. I do use finger ratchets a fair bit, controlling, so I just up the size of this one to give this a play, which is more of a Palm Ratchet, and you can swivel it here. It's used for rapid tightening and untightening of bolts, and then use a normal ratchet, or if you just want stuff finger tight, it's quite handy for stuff like that. This is 72 teeth as well. Part number on this is 6381. This recommended retail is £22.25. Pretty much better quality than the tools we've seen up till now on this. I do quite like this, although there is no push button to release the socket. you just change direction of rotation with this little lever here on the top. And this one is going into my switchgear maintenance loadout, so it would be quite handy in that. And then we have these two little fellows here. These are little socket heads on them that you can put into extension bars, so I use them for awkward to reach places. The one I'm probably going to use is this one here, which is 3/8 drive square here, put a 1/2 inch drive ratchet on there, and then this one here is 3/8 drive and 3/8 drive socket head as well. These ones are actually branded laser, unlike the swivel head that isn't. I think I've seen this made by other manufacturers. So these two here, these will be going into my HV connections tool loadout as well, so they are for work use. Prices on these and part numbers, so the 3/8 one 8078 is £39.48, and the 3/8 to half £40.32, part number is 3079. Both of these are 72 teeth, much better quality. You change direction with a little lever here, and you have the push button to release the socket with on both of these. So that's those ones there. Continue with our 3/8 drive wrench accessories. This is a set of torque adapters from 10mm all the way up to 19mm in 1mm steps. These are much nicer quality. They do come in this foam cutout here, so you could drop this into a tool tray if you wanted to and keep them in this. Again, this is going into my HV connections loadout, so they'll be coming out of this, or the ones I want to use will do. 3/8 drive at the end there, and then your ring spanner at the other end, all marked up, laser 17mm. They do laser etch there, and then it is stamped on the other side, so if the laser etching wears off, you do still at least get to keep the size on there. But this is pretty hefty price. You can see the part number there, 7286. Recommended retail price is £240.89. I paid nowhere near, got over 50% discount on this. But it is fairly nice quality, I will give them that on this one. I do quite like this quite a bit. Okay, so that is that one. Two more accessories that we have got here. One is 1/2 inch, one is 3/8. I just bought these to play with. These are like pipe wrench drives that you can put onto a socket as well, so you can put a drive into the head there, or just a normal ratchet in there and use them like that. Or what you can do with a longer extension bar, you can plug them in the end like this and then use it effectively as an adjustable pipe wrench or channel lock wrench, something like that. This 1/2 inch drive here is 14 to 32mm. 3/8 drive is 8 to 17mm. Fairly good quality. The only thing that I will say, in comparison to a pipe grip, they are quite thick, so you won't gain as good access in some instances with these. But I'm using them just as a part of my general loadout, just to see how I get on with them. Fairly nicely made. You can see the pin is flush on both sides there, so nothing sticking out to catch on, but I say it is a bit of a wider head on that. The 1/2 inch drive version, that is part number 8216, and price is £32.04. Part number on the smaller one is 8215, and that is £25.21. Another little 3/8 drive accessory is this Pry Bar Adapter. You can put this into a 3/8 drive breaker bar, or have a spanner around the hexagon head here if you want. I bought this to kind of save me carrying a heel bar, but it's not worked out very well, primarily because whilst you can put this in different angles on your breaker bar, there is nothing to hold it in because of these cut out here. The ball bearing doesn't sit and lock in, and it consequently just drops off pretty much wherever you put it. So it's very easy to lose, and a little bit annoying in that respect. So yeah, I've not got on with this one quite so well either. What I am going to try and do is get a new head for this and take out the ball bearing and replace it with a magnet to see if it will hold on better there, see if I can get some use out of it. But it's okay. It's obviously cast a little bit and cleaned up, but it's reasonable quality. The part number is 8814 on this item, and price is £26.38. So these two items really intrigued me. They are a little 1/4 inch drive and bit drive wrenches. However, with these normally you see have a little lever or a collar to change direction. It's the actual handle that changes direction on these, and I thought these would be really useless as well, but they've turned out to be quite good fun to use. You can see we're changing here one direction, flip the handle over, it goes the other way. There is a bit of a knack to it. This one seems to have stiffened up a little bit as well actually, but you can get them to work quite well. So I thought I'd just end up sort of like flipping between each change of direction, but it is noticeably different action from you to change the direction. So yeah, intriguing little things, and obviously you don't have to flip around with the thumb. What I've also found is on really small ones, when you're in tight spaces, the little thumb lever can get nicked or caught and change direction for you, which you don't get with this. It's quite a narrow head, so quite good access for that. I think these are, yeah, there's a 72 tooth as well. Not quite sure why that one's stiffened up. Needs a little bit of work, I think, to loosen it off a little bit. But that's those ones there. Part number is 6787 on this, and the recommended retail price is £47.09. I've got these in my little general loadout just to utilise and get some use out of them and see how I get on with them, but at the moment I do quite like them, and they're reasonably good quality. Again, they're not marked up with laser anywhere, but you just see that on the packaging, but no manufacturer's marking on the actual wrenches themselves, although I've not seen these offered by another manufacturer as of yet. So a couple of sets of pliers. These are high leverage combination pliers from them, spring loaded, and then you have a locking mechanism in there for them. Just cutter and standard combination, a little nut gripper and the end grips at the end there. There's no fish tape pulling these or anything like that. They are marked up as laser. Part number is 8327 on these. Price is £32.93. Reasonable quality. The handles are okay on them, fairly comfort grip on them, but these aren't insulated. They do work reasonably well. So that's those ones there, and then together with them we've got their multifunction version from Laser. I think it's the original one was Knipex that came out with something like this, and you'll have seen that from there, no doubt. Again, these are spring loaded with a latch mechanism that is extremely tight, very thin. I mean, they're kind of rubberized handles, they're not much of a comfort grip, to be honest. The whole plier is fairly thin and good access, which might be good for cars. But how they'll compare up to the version from Knipex, I'm not honestly sure. They just don't feel to have the same quality. You do have the cutting edge in them there. You do have stripper holes for 2.5 and 0.7 to 1.5. You then have a crimping die on this section here, which apparently is 0.5 to 2.5 crimps, which are your typical insulated lug crimps, regular blue crimps there. I haven't played with that yet, so I'm not sure how well that works. And then the jaw shape, you've kind of got this rectangular shape here, I guess for gripping round nuts. And then there is a little wire hole there for bending wires, and then obviously the long nose ply aspect of them as well. So yeah, it will be interesting. I might do a video comparing these to the version from Knipex, just to see what they are like. Obviously they are much cheaper than the version from Knipex, but these aren't VDE rated. Part number 7592 on this one, and the recommended retail price is £42.19. which is similar sort of pricing to the Knipex versions, but as I said, you will get these much cheaper from the online distributors, so that's where you get your savings in comparison. So up next is this 300mm pry bar. Part number on this is 5935. Price is £17.69. Pretty good value for money. This is reasonable quality. It's not branded laser. You only know laser from the packaging, and you have the soft rubberized handle on this. Quite good grip you can get on this. It does have quite a nice feel to it in your hand, and the pry bar is all the way through with a strike cap on the end here, so it should be good and strong. I do intend to put this into my switchgear loadout, where I have to deal with a few springs and lever mechanisms, so to latch and unlatch the mechanism, or if you get the mechanism out of sync and locked up, you sometimes have to pry against the spring, so it'll be used for that. But yeah, fairly reasonable quality, this item, not too bad at all. So last couple of items, bit of an oddity. These are going in loadouts though. We do have here a scraper, a gasket scraper from Laser. This again is actually very nice quality. Changeable blades on this, which you can buy spare blades for these. It does come with two blades. You get this steel blade here, which is okay. I have had to clean this up. There was a bit of a burr on the reverse side of this that I've had to clean off, and the spare blade is contained in the plastic cap here outside, and that's actually a brass, so you can scrape away on aluminium castings with this, primarily again aimed at the automotive industry. A bit of a gentler scraper than the steel version. This here is part number 8379. So it does come in this little plastic case that you can keep it in if you want to, or you do get little covers for the blades as well. But I'll be taking it out of that because it fits quite nicely in tool bag pockets. 8379 cost me £62.18 on the Laser Tools website. You can pick it up for quite a bit cheaper than that. And then we have this little tool here which gives me a chuckle when it arrived. This is a VDE Inspection Mirror, and you can see it's marked up with laser packaging there. Part number is 7885, and 7885 costs you £57.05. It is independently rated to 1000 volts. However, if you look closely here, you can see it says Boddington's Electrical on there. Boddington's Electrical, if you work for the electricity companies and distribution, you will know Boddington's Electrical very well. They make VDE insulated tools, a UK supplier again. As you can see, this is sealed in its bag. I've not opened this. So Laser Tools obviously don't make all their own tools, and are supplying this via Boddington's. However, it is stamped up Laser on that side, so not sure really. Not sure at all on that one. So that's our little laser tool haul there, or quite a large laser tool haul. As I say, mixed quality from them. Some of them I do like, some of them are a bit ropey, some of them I'll perhaps do other videos on, comparing them to other manufacturers to see how they've got on with. I will put some links in the description box below for Laser Tools themselves, Tool Academy and Toolby websites, but shop around though, as there are definitely some deals to be had, possibly some better discounts than those two companies are offering. So I'll leave you with this table of the tools in order of appearance in the video and what they cost from Laser, Tool Academy and Toolby. That'll be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you found it useful, and I'll see you again in the next video.